Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? Today is Monday. That's right, it's Monday, November 12th, 2018. The first and the last time that it'll ever be Monday, November 12th, 2018. So we want to make sure that we make the absolute most of this incredible day that we've got ahead of us. And I'm telling you, it is going to be an incredible day. I hope you guys can hear me okay. As you can see, I'm not in my normal location. I'm not exactly where I'm normally at, where I'm normally at the house, normally in the Rise and Grind studios. But today, we're doing something a little bit different. Man, let me tell you why. I had an incredible weekend, man. I hope you guys had an incredible weekend. I had an absolutely incredible weekend. It was crazy. So we're getting used to having the baby, right? My wife and I getting used to having the baby. And so that's all part of it. You know, having kids everywhere. We've got 7 kids. And so you got kids everywhere. You're trying to protect the baby. You're trying to keep the baby safe. And you're also trying to figure out the new morning routines, exactly what that looks like. So that was crazy, man. And this weekend I talked to some of my boys from Dan Cummins, and I heard that Dan Cummins had an incredible Saturday. So that was big. I loved hearing that. And my daughter, Savannah, she wanted to create her own business. She realized it was going to be cold outside, so because it was cold, she wanted to sell hot cocoa and serve brownies there at the house. And so we went through. It was really neat. My daughter and I had her put together a business plan, and she put together the plan. She figured out her costs. She figured out what her profit goals were. She figured out how to advertise. She paid me to do some advertising on Facebook for her, which, by the way, worked really well. There was people showing up at the house like crazy yesterday because we have an incredible group of people around us that support these things that we do, so we were able to do that, which was awesome. So we did that this weekend, and then I was on a call. I actually had a call with Danelle Delgado yesterday. I had a call with Danelle Delgado that was absolutely incredible. I'm going to dive into that a little bit with you guys a little bit later. I put in some work on the planner this weekend, the hashtag Rise and Grind planner. Now listen, there was a post that I made the other day about this planner, and I'm telling you, they're limited quantity because I wasn't sure how many people were going to want a planner and how many people were not going to want a planner, so they are limited quantity. I need you to put your name on that list. Find that post. It should be at the very top of the hashtag Rise and Grind group, but if you think you want a hashtag Rise and Grind planner, which I'm here to tell you, you want a hashtag Rise and Grind planner. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be a huge part of 2019. It's going to be something that we get to do together as a group. We'll be able to interact together as a group. Your names, a ton of you guys' names are actually in the planner because you guys gave me motivational quotes and Bible verses and things like that to put in the planner. So some of you guys, a lot of you guys, your name's actually in the planner, and it's something we're going to use in 2019 going forward. It's going to be awesome. So that was kind of my weekend wrap up, except for the one part that I haven't told you yet, which is the fact that right now I am currently in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is 2:30 in the morning, Las Vegas time. That's right, it's 2:30 in the morning, Las Vegas time. I'm here with you guys. You guys are on 5:30 Eastern. It's 2:30 where I'm at. But it was a crazy weekend. I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to tell you what's going on here in Las Vegas. But before we do all of that, you guys know what we got to do. First things first, let's dance. Now listen, for those of you that have been on the show before, that have seen the show before, for those of you that haven't, I want you to understand that this is the part of the show.
3, 2, 1, jump!
Yeah. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. Right now, there's currently 79 of you on the feed. I need 79 people to hit that share button because I truly believe that if we can change the way people start their day, we can good morning to you as we get our bodies moving. First thing this morning, here we go. Good morning, my man Josh. Oh, what's up, Robert Fuller and CJ Craig Miles? What's up, Vicky Everett? Chad Palsik's in the house. My man Josh Negron. What's up, Sheila? How you doing, Raheem? Chad Barner's up in here. Mike Brockway, Jeff Baker, Joshua Stifler. That's right. There's all kinds of people up in here this morning. Carrie Lynn Carter. Oh, she says music's too loud. Okay, well, here. There. How about I kill the music? A little loud on the tunes. All right. Everybody said the music was too loud. My bad. Good morning, Archie. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, Chris Yancey. Good morning, Josh Stifler and Derek McClain. What's up, Pablo Jimenez? What's up, Janelle Griego? What's up, Sheila? How you doing, Leanne? My man, Josh O's up in here. Eddie Gilbert. Sorry about that, man. It's a little loud. It's kind of crazy. I'm in a hotel room. It's 2:30 in the morning. What can I do? What's up, Josh Marks and Elizabeth McCullough? Everybody's up in here this morning. What's up, Scott Simons? How are you? Everybody's up in here this morning. We're going to have an incredible show. I hope you're ready for an incredible show. I hope even though I had to turn off the music that you're still energized and jacked up and ready to go. I hope that security doesn't come and shut me down because I'm in a hotel and I got neighbors and it's 2:30 in the morning, but it is Las Vegas, so we shall see how this goes. Check it out. People say they want to be a beast. People say it all the time. People say they want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Let me explain something to you guys. Yesterday, I spent some time with the family in the morning. And then I had to leave in the afternoon. I had to go to the airport. I got to the airport. I park my car at the airport. I go through. I check in. Everything's smooth. Everything's smooth on my flight. I decided to do things a little bit differently this time. Normally what I do is I go to Louisville Airport. Whenever I come to Las Vegas, they've got a straight flight. It's 4 hours. So normally I go to Louisville Airport. I drive up to Louisville. I park my car. I leave it there. I pull right up. I like Louisville Airport. I go right in. I hop on the plane. I fly to Vegas. I'm here like that. Boom. That's normally what I do. However, I realized that by doing that, I was cutting time out of my family. That driving time, I was cutting time away from my family. Plus, it only gets me back. Those direct flights get me back at like midnight on a return flight, and then I'm not seeing my family. So I thought this time I'm going to fly out of Lexington, but I hope everything goes smooth even though I have connections, and it did. So I left. I get to Lexington Airport. I fly. I take my first length. I go to Chicago. I get to Chicago. I wait an hour and a half in Chicago. After I wait an hour and a half in Chicago, which I had a delicious dinner. After I wait an hour and a half at Chicago, then I hop on the next flight. Now I've got a 4-hour flight from Chicago. So the first flight, that was an hour and a half, didn't save me any time, but that's okay. I hop on the plane. I fly. I land in Las Vegas. There's a 3-hour time difference. So I land in Las Vegas at 10 o'clock Eastern time, 7 a.m. or 7 o'clock p.m. here in Las Vegas. My thought process is I'm going to go ahead and get something to eat. I'll get to the hotel. I'll get settled in, and then I've got a show to do at 2:30 in the morning. Therefore, I need to be in bed by 8:30 p.m. Vegas time, 11:30 Eastern time. That was my thought process. Well, I got here. Apparently, there was a big marathon going on last night. They had shut down the strip. They had shut down all the side roads. The traffic and everything was absolutely crazy. So I spent an hour at the airport just waiting for an Uber. I tried to get a limo. I tried to get a cab. I tried everything I could possibly get. I finally got the car. Then once I got the car, it took me an hour just to get in a car. And then once I got in the car, then I traveled, and it took us about 45 to 50 minutes to get even close to the strip. And I was still 2 miles from the strip, but I could see my hotel. It was 2 miles away, but I could see it. So I told the dude, it's time for me to go. So I hopped out of the Uber. Right there on the street about 2 miles away, and I grabbed my bag, and we went for a hike, and it took me about 25 minutes, but I was speed walking. And so I speed walked my way all the way over here to the hotel, and I got checked in, and it was already after 9 out here, and I'm thinking, I got a show to do. I got to be with my peeps in the morning. I got to do this no matter what. I got to be live. They're counting on me. They need me. I got to be there. So instead of going to eat, even though I was starving, instead I went to bed. I had to get a couple hours of sleep so I could have the energy and the fire that I need to have to deliver for you guys every single morning, because guess what? There are people that say they want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. And luckily for me, in the middle of all that travel, luckily for me, yesterday and Saturday, I had actually been listening to Eric Thomas. And luckily for me, he had a podcast where he was talking about how him and his team had traveled, and there was a huge, massive time difference, but there was something that he had to do. It was something that was important to his brand and to who he was, and so he had to adjust his time to make sure to be there. They had to go to bed early to make sure he could deliver, and that's what I'm here to do for you today, is I'm here at 2:30 a.m. in Las Vegas, rested and ready to deliver like a beast. Are you with me this morning? Are you with me this morning? Listen, Saturday night, I went out for just a little bit. I went out with the boys. I hadn't seen them in a little bit, so I went, did some visiting, chit-chatting a little bit. It got a little later than I wanted, man. It got a little later than I wanted. And so I got home. I got home like 1:30 in the morning, and yesterday morning I slept in just a little bit. You know, I still slept my normal amount of hours, but my time was a little bit different. And I noticed yesterday morning, I noticed something. I noticed that I was not at 100% yesterday morning because my routine was a little bit off, and I hadn't slept exactly the way that I should, and so I wasn't delivering 100% for my kids yesterday. I was maybe at like 90%, and that bothered me. It bothered me because it had me thinking about Miss Elena Cardone. Elena Cardone was on this show just a few weeks ago, and Elena Cardone was talking about how every single action that you take is either building your empire or tearing it down, one or the other. And I thought about that. What was this action that I took Saturday night where I hung out with my friends and I stayed a little bit late and I'm giving my family less today? Is that action building my empire or destroying my empire? And I now understand completely 100% what Elena Cardone was saying when she said every single action is either building your empire or destroying your empire. My action Saturday night did not build my empire. It was working against my empire. It put me at 90% with my kids, 90% with my wife. Forget that. Ain't happening no more. This action right here, being here with you, right here, right now, 2:30 in the morning, that's building the empire. That's the action. That's what beasts do. That's what beasts do. Everybody says they want to be a beast till it comes to doing what beasts do. So I share this stuff with you guys because I'm real and I'm raw and I'm authentic and I always will be. And I'm definitely not perfect. I'm definitely 100% human. So I share when I win and I share when I lose. Saturday night's decision was a loss. Sunday's morning's realization was a win. The fact that I'm here with you right now is a win. This is what beasts do. Listen to this. Danelle and I were on the phone yesterday. Danelle and I were on the phone or on a call, like on a Zoom call, and we were talking, and we were breaking down what exactly this group is, what exactly is my passion, what exactly is my why, what exactly is my purpose. We're breaking everything down, and we were able to break this thing down into 4 incredible words, and I wanted to share those guys with you guys today, because these are the words I want you guys to think about when you think about the group, when you think about hashtag Rise and Grind. I want you guys to think about exactly what we're doing in this group, exactly how it's working, why it's working, and those words are incredibly powerful. The very first word is rise. Rise. I love that word. I love the word rise. I can just picture rising up above, right? It's an action word. We don't just roll out of bed. We don't get out of bed. We rise every day. It's an action. It's a powerful action. We rise every day. Every day in this group, we rise, and we do it in a way. We do it in a way because we equip ourselves, because we're all together, and we know that we're loved, right? So we equip ourselves in the mornings by going through the 5 things that we have to do every single day. We equip ourselves so that we start this evolution. That's the next word, evolve. We start this evolution inside where we start to become the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be, right? Because those actions that as we rise and take those actions where we spend time, we don't hit the snooze button, we don't grab our phones first thing right away, we do our gratitude list, we do our goals, right? We start to take care of the physical, we release it all out into the world. We're equipping ourselves in a way where we know that we matter, we know that we're important, we know that we are loved, and we're starting to evolve. as better human beings, the absolute best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. Now, the best part is we're doing it all together. That's what makes Rise and Grind so unique. That's what makes Rise and Grind so incredibly cool. That's one thing that I will never get away from, no matter how big this show gets. We will do this together. I will be here with you, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We will rise together. I will share my wins. I will share my losses. We will evolve to become better people. We will do it all together, because when we do it all together, which that's the third word, we've got rise, we've got evolve, we've got together, and then the fourth word is when we do it all together. That's when it makes the most massive impact on this planet. You guys understand that? It starts to make a massive impact on this planet, because as you're evolving and as we're doing it all together, we start to inspire others to be more like us. We start to inspire our friends, our family members, our coworkers to be more like us. And that inspiration, doing it all together in groups, as we get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and more people get inspired to become the absolute best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And that's when we make a massive impact, and I mean massive impact on this planet. I believe we can rid this planet of war. We can rid this planet of disease. We can rid this planet of people taking their own lives. We can rid this planet of people feeling hopeless. We can rid this planet. We can rid this planet of so many terrible, awful, dreadful things. If we can come together on a scale large enough, if we can get together and we can do it just big enough, it'll make such a massive impact on this planet. And that's the time I spent with Danelle. And that's how she got me inspired. And that's how she got me fired up. And she broke down exactly why we do this. And it's so that we can rise, so that we can evolve. And we do it together to make an impact on this planet. Powerful stuff, right? Powerful stuff. Listen, I was in church yesterday. I'm going to share this with you guys real quick. I was in church yesterday, and John Weiss spoke this right here. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is a quote from a guy named Brennan Manning. Okay, it's a quote from Brennan Manning. It says, "A beautiful game plan. If indeed we lived a life in imitation of his, our witness would be irresistible. If we dared to live beyond our self-concern, if we refused to shrink from being vulnerable, if we took nothing but a compassionate attitude toward the world, if we were a counterculture to our nation's lunatic lust for pride of place, power, and possessions, if we preferred to be faithful rather than successful, the walls of indifference to Jesus Christ would crumble. A handful of us would be ignored by society, but hundreds, thousands, millions of such servants would overwhelm the world." Overwhelm the world. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right here. We become better versions of ourselves, and it makes a massive impact on this planet. And if we do it all together, there's no stopping us. There's absolutely no stopping us. Today I get to sit, or not sit. Today I get to share the day with Mrs. Lisa Copeland. My friend Lisa Copeland reached out to me, and I have an opportunity to speak today in front of all of the Western Hemisphere Chrysler dealers in the United States of America. All of the owners, all of the GMs, service directors, parts directors for Chrysler dealerships all across the country. They're all meeting here today, and I get to go in front of all of them, introduce myself to those that don't know me, and hopefully speak and breathe some life into them in their stores. And guess what I'm going to talk to them about? I'm going to talk to them about their people. I'm going to talk to them about how if they can get their people to rise every single day intentionally and be equipped, and if they can make sure their people know that they are loved and cared for, their people will start to evolve. And as their people start to evolve together as a team, they can reach massive levels of success in their dealership. It'll make an impact. This stuff that we're talking about, what I'm preaching, what I'm teaching, what we're doing in this group doesn't just work for the people in this group. It works in people's businesses. It works in people's family life. It works absolutely everywhere. Everywhere. And so I am so incredibly excited that I get this incredible opportunity. So listen, that's kind of how my weekend went. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Listen. Here, E.T. Eric Thomas was in my ear, reminding me what beasts do. Elena Cardone was in my ear, reminding me that you're either building your empire or you're tearing it down. Danelle Delgado was in my ear, absolutely inspiring me to realize exactly why we do what we do with this group. And it was the most incredible session I'd ever had. If you can get an opportunity to have a session with Danelle Delgado, jump on it. Lisa Copeland created this amazing opportunity for me so that I can jump in front of these dealers here and hopefully make a massive impact on the auto industry. That's my goal, make a massive impact on the auto industry today. And my man John Weiss over at the church reminded me that if we do this all together, we can literally change the world, man. We could literally change the world. So those were my 5 friends this weekend. Those were the 5 friends that were pouring into me this weekend that got me right here on Monday morning, jacked up at 2:30 in the morning, Las Vegas time. Can you believe I showed up in Las Vegas and went to bed? That's the first thing I did. I got to my room, I unpacked my clothes, and I went to bed. And here I am coming to you at 2:30 in the morning. I've already had my 5 hours of sleep, or, well, not 4. I guess I got 4 hours of sleep. But I wanted to be here for you. That's what I did. Because my friends that were in my ear, the people that I listened to, reminded me. They reminded me what it looks like to be a beast. They reminded me what it looks like to be building your empire versus tearing it down. They reminded me of how inspired I am, how much I care about this. Lisa Copeland gave me this opportunity, and I jumped on the plane, and I got here, and I'm going to deliver today in a powerful way. And then John, with his massive wisdom, showing me all that. Those were my 5 friends. Who were your 5 this weekend? What 5 people were you listening to this weekend? What voices are in your head? Listen, guys, I'm here to tell you, I'm calling you out this morning. We have got, if we want to be beasts, we got to start doing what beasts do. And this is what beasts do. I need you to pay attention to who you're listening to. I need you to pay attention to who's around you. I need you to pay attention to your action. Are they building or are they tearing it down? It's time. It's time for you to start paying attention to all of this stuff. We've been doing this stuff here in this group for a little while now. We've been doing this for 10 months now. Some of you have been here from the very beginning. Some of you have been watching from the sideline. Some of you are still trying to get a feel. Some of you are brand new. I'm just letting you know, as we're starting to close out this year, it's time. It's time. You should have been evolving over the last however many months. If you're just now getting here, you're going to start evolving. But as we evolve, we have to raise our expectation levels for ourselves. And I challenge you to raise the expectation level for yourself. We're getting ready to go into 2019. And as we transition into that year, I want you to be equipped. I want you to know something. I want you to know that you are an amazing, absolutely amazing, incredible human being, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of you that you can possibly be. And I need you to understand something, that even all of your posts, all of your comment, all of your encouragement, everything that you're doing in the group, everything that you're doing outside with your family members and with your friends and with your coworkers, all of that stuff matters, man. It matters. It's making an impact on this planet. It truly is. It really and truly is. It's making an impact on me. And I need you to know something this morning. I absolutely love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. If nobody's told you that yet this morning, I want to be the first. I absolutely love you. You are loved. So let's continue every single day. I need you to rise in a way that equips yourself, that you're equipped and you're ready. You know that you are loved. You know that you matter. You know that this day matters. And as we start to evolve into the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be, we'll do it all together. And that evolving, as we evolve, it will inspire others. It's going to inspire everyone around us. And ultimately, we're going to make an impact on this planet. And I can't wait to see what you and I can do together. It's going to be incredible. If you need more videos like this, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, go to GlennLundy.com. Most importantly, will you do me a favor? Come back here tomorrow morning. I'm trying to think. I'm going straight back home, so I'm not sure if I'll be home. I don't even know. But I'll be back here with you no matter where I am in the world at 5:30 a.m. on hashtag Rise and grind.